Hello everybody, it is Maximum Color here, commentating for this lovely match between BlueChocobo and Doomsday. We should be in for quite a treat here. Alright, let's take a look at the standings over here. So far, we've got BlueChocobo with a single win, and Doomsday with his one loss. We will see if Doomsday can tie it up or not, or if BlueChocobo will be taking an early lead in this tournament. And we'll just be waiting for our players to be starting here. How is everyone doing while we wait? Hope everyone's having a lovely, what is this, Thursday? Or depending on where you're watching from, it may be very early on Friday morning. Oh, here we go, and we are off with the House of Luck. Toadette versus Luigi. BlueChocobo looks like he's already taken his first skip. I guess he's just going off of the idea of that title. House of Luck, maybe not the best kind of level to move forward on. Meanwhile, Doomsday is taking his chances with it. Could be a quick level, or it could be a whole lot of RNG. We will see. A whole lot of guesswork. Meanwhile, BlueChocobo over on Elements seems like he's found a little bit more of a traditional level to move through. We'll check back in with Doomsday in a moment, see if he gets through. Oh, he decides to skip the level. Wise decision on his part. Unfortunately, he is just behind BlueChocobo, who has now found the first checkpoint of the Elements level. The levels will be the same for everyone, yes. Although, as we've seen, some players may be skipping certain levels, while as other players may continue. So we might have a little bit of variation. But as for now, we are currently on the same level, just two different parts. BlueChocobo is taking a look around, figuring things out, deciding to get past that Lakitu and being rewarded with a Fire Flower. Taking that power up right back with him. Doomsday catching up, finding the checkpoint. And BlueChocobo deciding to skip the level, it seems. So we'll see if Doomsday might manage to find the exit sooner. Jumpman in the castle. Wow. Is level 3. Doomsday finding that exact same Fire Flower. Making his way over to that pipe, which I do not believe Chocobo investigated. Alright, up in the pipe while Chocobo goes through a door, finding his way through the next level. It's a lot of pipes, I've noticed, in these 3 levels so far. It's just pipe after pipe after pipe. It's like we're playing a Mario game or something. Alright, BlueChocobo climbing some stairs while Doomsday is dealing... Oh, he's dealing with the Hammer Bros and is unable to get past the mighty stun. Stun and hammer combo, too strong. Deciding to stick with it though, making his way back. Exploring this massive level. A lot of exploration. This could be very fun. It could lead to some real swing in the game if some people might... Chocobo and Doomsday might find their way through the level faster than each other. A lot of choice decision making going on. Chocobo fighting the Boom Boom in his little arena. Stealing his key, moving right on through that now unlocked door. Oh, and it's raining mushrooms. Doomsday looks like he is backtracking a little bit, going back into the earlier part of the level, seeing if maybe there's a secret that he missed, or perhaps his power-up can help him. Chocobo is just chilling out, dodging those Bowser Jr. attacks. Hiding up on the block where he can't be reached. And let's see, he's moving through a doorway. Does it lead to victory? And it does! BlueChocobo taking the very first clear. on the level elements, while Doomsday is still searching around his previous level. Lots of doors. I mean, it really just seems to be some sort of challenge level, like get through all the different rooms. Which, Blue Chocobo's level, no. Just no, nothing more. These pipes, keep in mind, they take about a second and a half or 2 seconds or so for every pipe entry and exit that they do. Chocobo taking a death on his level over here. And Doomsday finally deciding to skip that level. Not worth his time. Moving right on to Jumpman in the castle. We will see if he either makes his way through it faster than Chocobo did or decides to skip it, possibly. Chocobo finding his second clear already, taking the big 2-0 lead on Doomsday. There's no way for him to know this, but it would probably be in Doomsday's best interest to skip this level, as it was quite time-consuming, and skipping it could potentially give him a nice little catch-up bonus. But, as I said, there's no way for him to know that at this point. Moving on to transparent pipe variants on Chocobo's side of the screen, and look at there, we are met with some transparent pipes and some bombs flying through them. Looks like there might be a little bit of waiting here. He might have Chocobo decided to blow up the ground, which I think is actually the intended solution, although probably not what I would have tried. I likely would have been blown up by a bomb. Going straight into that ground pound, sliding down the hill. Little things like that save time. Chocobo wandering through his winter wonderland while Doomsday is running through this very large level. And Chocobo taking the death from the spike. Fortunately, he does not have too far to go to catch back up. Deciding to blow everything up again. Alright, sitting there, we're just waiting to bomb the ice. Picking up a power-up while we wait, multitasking a little bit. Taking the fun way around up the slide. Oh, and it looks like he despawned the bomb. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, Doomsday is taking on that Bowser boss fight. The Bowser Jr., sorry, boss fight from earlier. Chocobo might be looking for a way to cheese. Or maybe he's just messing around, waiting for his little bit of bomb excavation. And there's Doomsday, taking his first clear. Seems happy about it. And he should be. He will be catching up with Blue Chocobo soon, hopefully. It's only one clear behind. And I believe they are going on to the same level at the moment. No, that's right. There's the course known as a no. Alright, Blue Chocobo finding the spring that he needs to get past this level. Jumping straight over those Galoombas and just landing right on that checkpoint. Deciding to play it a little bit safe with his bomb carriage. And the bomb will trigger the P-switch, or rather grant him the P-switch so that he can escape through. Doomsday taking a little ride on the fire clown car train. There you go, second clear. He is now caught up with Blue Chocobo. Thank goodness we have ourselves a close match again. Interesting take on bomb excavation here. Chocobo deciding to just jump right through there, utilizing his small form factor to take his third clear and get the flagpole. Moving onward, Johnny. SSBU Deadly Platforming 2. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I believe. Yes. Yes, indeed. What prevents the other competitors watching the stream? I suppose honor, and I believe this might be a pre-recorded match, although I'm not entirely certain. Blue Chocobo taking his first checkpoint in the new level and immediately falling down. falling right on back to it. Alright, Chocobo with the goal in sight, but he still has to go through an entire subworld. Unfortunately, it is mandatory, but he does find the second checkpoint. And immediately jumps into a saw. I don't know, this is an amusing theme I'm seeing. Doomsday finding his checkpoint in the previous level. Spin jumping to go straight over that entire little P-switch section, saving him a little bit of time for him over Chocobo. And here we are at the final bomb excavation on Doomsday's side. We'll see if he decides to take the shortcut that Chocobo did, or if he wants to just keep... Oh! Jumps perfectly through the space, catches the bomb, and runs straight to the flagpole, bomb in hand. Meanwhile, Chocobo renews his lead, finding the ending square on his level. Wow, that was pretty cool. Pretty snazzy move on Doomsday's part right there. That was swag, as I believe the kids call it. Moving on to FK 5-1, Frozen Highway. Doomsday is pretty much exactly one level behind Chocobo. So he does have quite a bit of catching up to do. We will see if he can manage to do that. And Chocobo failing that very large jump. Meanwhile, Doomsday manipulating the timelines a little bit over here. He's using some very advanced strategy in which he freezes time in order to move himself forward through time. This could be a lengthy process. We will have to see. Chocobo exiting into that room, deciding, nope, I don't want to deal with that, and deciding to do a little bit of winged donut platforming. Here we go. Chocobo finds the flagpole while Doomsday's time trickery pays off and gets him straight into the subworld. Very, very advanced strategy. Some seriously difficult inputs there to travel through time the way he is. Don't kill Boom Boom for BlueChocobo. Again, checking in, Chocobo does have a 5-3 lead, but Doomsday is very, very near the end, and I believe he actually just found it, so it's now 5-4 with Chocobo in the lead, dodging these flying Boom Booms. Oh, this is quite the section here. Taking some shots on our flying turtle friends. I didn't realize Boom Boom could shoot fireballs. Or am I just seeing things? No, he can't. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Fortunately, there seems to be reasonable power-up replenishment. I'm not sure if the goal here is to survive or to defeat the Boom Booms. It seems like it's hopefully just to survive, and it is. Oh. Well, there was the end. Chocobo defeated by a Rube Goldberg machine. And a muncher to the face. Meanwhile, Doomsday tying it up. Getting 5-5 with his 5th clear. Chocobo taking quite a long time to load in. I'm not entirely sure what's happening on his end, but he did get sent all the way back to the beginning of the level, which means Doomsday and Chocobo are almost completely tied up again. This could be Doomsday's chance to catch up. Chocobo deciding to just skip the level. Does not think it's worth going through again, likely because it's an auto-scroll and he only has 2 minutes left. Might not even have time to finish the level, but we will see. Chocobo and his avatar Toadette moving on to Cat, the aptly named level. I see at least 3 cats right now. A whole lot of stuff on the screen. Getting some fancy. Oh my gosh, those Bowsers are coming. They're coming for him. And taken out by the double Blarg combo. This level looks like a little bit of a mess. We will need to pray for some good luck on Chocobo's end to get through this. Deciding to just take the height. Seems he might have scouted out which pipe had the best odds of being successful. And that actually worked. That was a real shortcut. That leads straight into the jaws of the bows, man. The meows, man. Oh. Alright, cat. Everything is cat in this world. Except for Toad. Toadette. Doomsday making his way through that auto scroll. Doing a good job. Hopefully he'll have time to get to the end there, and hopefully he'll be able to maybe tie it up, because BlueChocobo just found his way through those pipes on the cat level. And can Doomsday tie it up? Yes, he did. It looks like we will most likely be going into overtime here. We still have 30 seconds. Can Chocobo find a level that he can defeat in 20 seconds or less? We will see. 6-6. Climbing up those claws as fast as he can. There's really no time to lose here. 15 seconds on the clock. Who needs power-ups? All we need is time. These donuts are definitely not helping. It looks like... yeah, there's really no way Chocobo's going to be getting through this level, and I think he knows that. So he's stopping. Doomsday is entering the Eternal Pipe. This will be on. Nope. He's saying nope. Shaking his head. Seeing all these flying Tanuki Bowsers. He's just running through, seeing what might be there. Oh, and he does find the flagpole, but unfortunately time was up. And so we are now going to be moving into overtime already. First match, and we are already going to overtime. Hey, yeah, he got the world record on the level, though. Congratulations to Doomsday. Good job. All right, looks like we will both be participating in the Golden Block House. Whew. Syncing up their clocks. Good time to drink some water. Everyone remember to stay hydrated out there. I know it can be difficult to remember that your body needs things like hydration when you're engulfed in such a thrilling match. All right. Looks like they're switching around levels. Not entirely sure what they'll be starting on, but as soon as they hit play, I suppose we shall know. Chocobo with the coffee and that poker face, never wavering. It looks like we're actually going into a puzzle-solving level. Looking at the tags here, standard puzzle solving. 39 plays and 5 hearts. That could be a good thing. We'll see. The things you notice when you're just looking at the same screen for a while. 25-second world record. This could be a quick overtime. 4.5% clear rate. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, Chocobo's in chat, I see. All right, and we're off. Our players have hit play. Moving on to this nice little puzzle level, apparently. Chocobo taking the early death from the Thwomp. The only puzzle I'm seeing is the question of how is this a puzzle? Doomsday off to the races nice and early. Here we go. Bouncing his way over, taking the leap of faith, and it does not pay off. He was just a couple tiles away from making it up to that bridge. It looked like they might need to find a key. And I sure hope it's not a find the key level, and I'm sure our runners have similar thoughts. Similar sentiments. BlueChocobo taking that jump, high-speed jump with the momentum from the skull platform and landing directly on that boo. What are the odds? Doomsday deciding to not take the Lakitu, but instead rides the platforms right to the goal, taking the first win of the match. Doomsday 7-6 in his favor. Wow. That was great. What a comeback. Doomsday was 2 levels behind for a good portion of that match, and he ends up coming back and taking the win. Great job getting the world record on this level. 2 levels in a row. Exciting. Back to a short wait here as our runners prepare for their next set. Their next set of levels. Next match, I suppose I should say. All right. Looks like we will be heading right into level 1-1, a classic. Is it truly level 1-1 though? Something tells me probably not, but only the future can tell. Oligo, troll, solo. There's a lot of O's. I see the word troll. Looks like a troll level. And if it truly is a troll level, we'll have to see if our runners decide to stick with it. Here we go, we're off. Doomsday deciding to pick up the early power up. Chocobo getting caught in the soft lock. Doomsday with some quick reactions, going for the star and seeing past the soft lock, getting the star anyway, getting hit by that Kaizo block. Chocobo decides he doesn't. He sees the soft lock, he's out. He knows what's up. Onto this nice little desert thwomp climbing level. Oh gosh, this looks difficult to say the least, but I've got to say, this is a pretty simple level design, but it actually looks very clever and very cool. So, props to the creator of this level. Doomsday sticking with level 1-1. If it is true to, if it's true to the name and it really is just level 1-1 with some extra stuff thrown in, then he already got like halfway through the level on his first run. This could be good for him. Chocobo effectively hitting a checkpoint by getting to those, that layer of clouds. And Doomsday taking the first clear, hitting the flagpole on 1-1. And unfortunately for Chocobo, while it is effectively a checkpoint to reach those clouds, unfortunately if he does die or time out, he will be sent back to the beginning of the level, which means Doomsday is sitting with a pretty good lead on him right now. Ooh. Chocobo working that momentum like a champion. Going up through this nice level. Not a vertical level, interestingly enough. Decides to take the wall jump straight up, and it looks like the level designer had accounted for that as he gets dunked right down into the ground. Deciding to skip the level again, moving on to Caution, Don't Jump by Libby. Alright, so we have a Don't Jump level. Interesting, this seems to be more of a puzzle level. He has to find a way to hit that P-switch. Deciding that he'd rather just not hit the P-switch. Moving on, skipping a third level. Moving on to Shell Sandwich. We'll see if he can start picking up a roll here. And Doomsday clearing the Thwomp level. Great job, taking a 2-0 lead. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on what you viewers want to see, it looks like we, due to Chocobo skips, it looks like we will be seeing our runners play different levels for the next, possibly the whole race, depending on how much Doomsday decides to skip. So while Doomsday is two clears ahead, he is also 3 levels behind, leading to some interesting variety on our screen. Oh, looks like Doomsday actually skipped through a few levels there, and they are actually on the same level. Wow. Wow. Way to go, Doomsday. Way to make me look like an idiot. All right, so here we are back on track using the same levels. And on the same screen at that moment in time. Chocobo looks like he's finding the end, jumps right on over that dry bones, and makes it to the goal, taking his first clear. Doomsday is not far behind at all. All he's got to do is jump over this exact same enemy. Oh! And he took the damage, having to start over the level. He's laughing it off. He's having a good time. Whew! That definitely gives Chocobo a little bit of a boost. Moving forward, yes, I do believe Doomsday has 2 clears, unless I am insane. PC fangirl. It's possible I might just actually be insane, but yes, here we go. The HUD has updated. He does have 2 clears. Chocobo trying to hit that boost pad to get under those thwomps. Didn't have quite the time. It's hit right before that checkpoint, although honestly, it's not a lot of time lost. The checkpoint's on the first screen. This looks like more, looks like one of those mess levels. Like, you just gotta get through the mess. All right, here we go. Doomsday taking the clear on that level, getting some revenge. Yeah, he's shaking his head at his previous run, but yeah, he's doing a good job. Meanwhile, Chocobo is navigating to the exit. Oh, and he decides to turn back at not quite the right moment, taking the death, giving Doomsday, well, a good chance to stay in the lead here. Here we are on the same level again. Chocobo, he should know how to navigate this by now. As long as that Bowser Fire doesn't cause him too many problems, we should be looking at it clear in a moment or two. And speak of the devil, there's that Bowser Fire right there. Noticing there is a 17-second world record on this level, which it's honestly quite understandable. There's not much to it. Just a lot of dodging, a lot of timed jumps. And here we go. BlueChocobo learned from his mistake last time, lands on the top of the flagpole, sliding down into his second clear. Meanwhile, Doomsday deciding to take the damage boost to get through to that checkpoint. Totally worth it. And immediately deciding to jump right on over everything. Oh my gosh, could he do it? Could he immediately catch up right here? And yes, he does. He takes the flag. We are both moving on to Don't Touch the Moon show. Doomsday, 2 clears ahead, 4-2. He is really showing himself to be a competent runner here. Very skilled. Chocobo, don't touch the moon. Reach the goal after grabbing all 4 10 coins. Interesting. Don't touch the moon show. So we have a themed level here. I'm not entirely sure what the theme is. Chocobo taking that fire flower to roast the Hammer Brothers. Probably a good decision. All right. Sorry, my mic has been clipping for a little bit. I'm going to disappear for a moment while I try to fix that. It'll let me know, chat, if my microphone starts to have any more technical difficulties. I'm not sure why it does that. Sometimes it just starts wigging out a little bit. Alright. Chocobo flying around a little bit. Looks like while I was dealing with my microphone, he took another clear. Doomsday has the clear condition. He's just got to make it to the end. And there is the end, jumping right on into the TV, or possibly out of the TV. Setting us up at a 5-3 lead in Doomsday's favor. BlueChocobo just, strolling around on this nice, casual sky vine level. It's got a cape. It's chill. Do not touch the ground after leaving, though. Fortunately, there's not too many. Doesn't seem to be too much ground to land on. Chocobo finally taking that clear. I say finally. It was actually pretty quick. Getting his 4th clear. All Doomsday flying right along. Oh, he's taking some quick little drops to save some time. Interesting use of these little spinny wind dudes. Sorry. Oh, not totally sure their name, but here we go. Doomsday hitting the ground. Effectively taking a death here, and he decides to skip it. Doesn't want to go through that. Both of our runners are now on Bullet Bill Racing 2, where I presume they have to race these Bullet Bills. BlueChocobo with the unfortunate wall jump, but he makes it. Makes it. Perfect timing. Getting through to the first checkpoint. Doomsday's having a little bit more trouble here. Let's see, can he catch up with that Bullet Bill? I think he can. I think he's got what it takes. Oh, he decides to go through the door, which was a reset door. He goes through the reset door, unfortunately. Going back to the beginning of the level. Meanwhile, Chocobo's climbing up those stairs, getting blasted by coins. And resetting himself. So here we are, Doomsday and Chocobo on the previously same screen. Doomsday, not sure if he's trying to look for some cheese there or if he was just curious where the door led, but he manages to get a sneak peek at the end of the level. And here he is racing that Bullet Bill. Both of our racers doing a good job climbing through these twists and turns. And Chocobo manages to take the clear on this level first. Doomsday looks like he's just a few seconds behind. He's really giving Chocobo a run for his money. Chocobo was one of our absolute top runners of the last season. So seeing this from Doomsday is actually very impressive. He's very clearly a skilled player. Keeping his lead. Chocobo spinning through the sky, going on these. Both of our runners moving up through these platforms. Kind of an interesting level layout. And it changes drastically as Chocobo moves through and into a lava level. Here we go, climbing up these claws. It's a lot of semi-precise jumps, seems, on this level for the most part. This claws can definitely be kind of fun, especially in the new soup style with all of our twisty, twirly air stalls. Chocobo finding like a whole nother section. Every section is very clearly defined on what they want it to be, and what they want it to be is the clear for Chocobo. Chocobo's finding that clear right away, and Doomsday seconds behind again. He's actually closing the gap on his clears there, keeping his lead 7-6. But Chocobo's working on closing that gap as well. He was 2 behind, now he's 1 behind. Moving on to Bowser's Pyramid Escape. We have 2 minutes left on the clock. Can Doomsday keep himself ahead? We shall see. Chocobo jumping straight into the jaws of the piranha plant. Doomsday taking a similar death. And Chocobo getting hit by those Koopas. Doomsday taking the lead not only in score, but also on this level. Here we go. We get to see a nice side-by-side match still. As our runners, well, Doomsday enters the underground. Chocobo decides to scat out what's up top. Besides, not really worth anything worth looking at. And here we are entering a little bit of a maze where we're racing a Spiny. Oh, Chocobo in a bit of a tight spot, but Doomsday taking a death, going right back to the beginning. Ah, close indeed. We are at a difficult station here. Due to the, so far, lack of checkpoints, it is definitely worth it to take it a little bit slow in these sections. They do not want to lose all that time. Finding the piece which and finding the first checkpoint. That's huge for BlueChocobo. Takes the death. Doesn't really matter. Just found that first checkpoint. Although Chocobo is fighting to catch up to Doomsday, so it's very good for him that he's ahead. Doomsday taking the same checkpoint. And quite frankly, Chocobo has 20 seconds to beat this level, or Doomsday will be taking the match. Can he find it? What is through this pipe? And there is the goal. Excellent. Doomsday, it's possible. He might actually be able to tie this up, but it'll be very close. We got 5, 4, 3, and it's not possible anymore. All right, here we go. Going into overtime a second time. These runners have been neck and neck both games here. Whew, this is pretty good. Overtime, double overtime hype in the chat, guys. You can tell everyone's having a good time here. Oh no. Oh no, the overtime level is my first troll level. By Araceli. Nah. Oh boy, this should be fun. We got 16 plays. It's got a 20% clear rate though, so hopefully it's not too trolly. Oh, this could come down to who hits the hidden Kaizo block and who doesn't right now. It's a tough one. You'd be tempted to skip it seeing the troll level, but seeing that 21-second clear time it's definitely tempting to stay. Reach the goal without taking damage. All right. Shouldn't have too much to worry about here. All right. Doomsday playing very, very carefully. Chocobo taking a much faster approach, taking a huge YOLO jump. Meanwhile, Doomsday grabs the Yoshi. He's playing it as cautiously as he can, taking the star. Oh, he just barely misses. He made a slightly early jump, and it. Wow. So close, but fortunately for him, Chocobo also took a death. So here we are. Back, switching up our style a bit. Doomsday feeling a little more confident after checking everything out and looking at all of moving a little bit faster. Again, barely missing that jump, utilizing the Yoshi tech to save himself. Same goes for Chocobo. They are pretty much right next to each other. Chocobo, again, he sees the goal for the second time. Doomsday with an expression of kind of a what expression on his face over there, seeing that block off. I'm not entirely sure what is triggering the blocks. I'm not sure if this is somewhat of a speed run where you just have to do it in a certain amount of time, or if maybe there's a thwomp that's triggering it. But regardless, they've got it. Whatever's triggering the blocks barely even matters. They got to get in there, and there he is, Chocobo, getting in there right underneath that cannon, taking the clear, 8-7, taking the game, and setting us off for a great set. Great first set of the day. Here we are, 1-1. Winner takes the win. All right. Yeah, that's great. I see the Chocobos in the chat. Good job. Great job, Chocobo. Great run. It was almost a reverse of the previous one. Doomsday was ahead the entire time. Chocobo comes in for the win right at the last moment, just as they had done previously. We'll be moving on to Star Run Classic. Short and sweet here. Very soon by Gamer X from Germany. 30-second world record. We'll be starting off this next one strong. Alright, here we go. Not much time to wait at all this time. Again, guys, remember to stay hydrated out there. Try to keep up the words of wisdom whenever we're taking a short break. Here we go, off through a spike run, spike maze. I'm in a little bit of trouble from a lot of trouble from the size. If there's a way to avoid that mushroom, there's not. They're gonna have to get the mushroom before getting the star if they want to manage to get through without it. Chocobo deciding he's just gonna try his luck with the duck jumps. Definitely harder. Oh, Doomsday manages to pull off the tech. He manages to stay small, going through the spike maze much faster. That's a huge advantage to have that small size. And it's almost looking like the whole difficulty of the level is avoiding that first mushroom. Sorry, I lost my breath a little bit there as I saw him landed on almost missing those munchies. Chocobo in the same spot with the munchies, managing to get through with relative ease. Doomsday sees the goal in sight, takes the top of the flagpole. Chocobo getting a little bit stuck. Can he make it? Can he get through before the star wears off? It is going to be very close, and he makes it. Makes it very, very tight, close match already. Again, seconds away from each other. Wow. All right, moving on to 4 short challenges. See just how short they are. And, you know, with a red coin level like this, it could actually be very difficult despite being expert. Oh. Is that cheese? Did we just see some cheese on Doomsday's screen? It looks like we might have. He seems to be going back for the same strategy. Seems like he can just jump right into that goal with a very precise jump. And Chocobo seeing the same thing. 4 short challenges, more like 1 hidden challenge. Yeah, both of our runners are definitely going for that cheese. It's a little precise, but Chocobo gets in there, takes the second clear. Doomsday probably not too far behind, but here we are. Chocobo off to a good lead. At least like a good 20-second lead or so. And Doomsday lining it up, taking a little bit of time to do a wall jump, and it pays off. Here he goes. Right on into the flag. Chocobo in the upside down pipe. Wow. 2-2. Runners using the same strategies within seconds of each other. And here we are in upside down world. Do those note blocks look different upside down, or am I just seeing them differently now that they're upside down? Alright. Doomsday taking the shell with him. Damage boosting. Going up through the pipes. It's kind of hard to see what we're looking at here. Oh, we are no longer in upside down land. I suppose it's just in that pipe. It is truly the upside down pipe. Ooh, Doomsday taking some risky jumps there. And catching up with Chocobo. Again, we are within 2 seconds of each other. We are on the same screen again. And Doomsday getting through the small maze before Chocobo manages to. And there he is, taking his third clear. Moments, seconds before Chocobo gets his. Wow. These guys are really right on par with each other. All right. Leaving the upside down pipe and going straight into Hyrule. We are just doing Link's Adventure right here. Zelda 2. Here we go. Here we go. Charging right through those Deku Babas. Oh, Chocobo almost nailing it. First shot. Doomsday being just a little bit ahead. Using the Zelda tech. And Chocobo actually skipping the level. Interesting choice. Maybe he doesn't feel too comfortable with the Zelda levels, or maybe he just feels like this one will take too long. But regardless, we are no longer looking at the same level at the same time. Doomsday, trying to figure out how to get to that POW block. What in the world is going on with that? Sorry, I'm a little bit in awe here. I've never seen those little spike balls swirl around through space. All right, Chocobo hitting a Galumba through the pipe. Always kind of sucks when that happens. Yeah, apparently night-themed spike balls are quite the sight to see. And Doomsday charges right on through into the goal, taking his 4th clear, putting him well in the lead. Chocobo passing these Galumbas in the pipes. Uh-oh. Yep, deciding to skip the level. doesn't even. Oh, sorry. He's just restarting. Doesn't waste time waiting for the death animation. He knew it was inevitable. All right, taking a different pipe this time, and oh my, wow. What unfortunate timing. It looks like he's got to time this. He's just gonna skip it. Yeah, that was some crazy timing you have to do. They're both moving on to switch climbing. Both of them. Here we are. Again, seconds apart on the same level. And here's the goal in sight already, practically on the first screen. Looks like it's just some quick little P-switch jumps and some switch tech. Wow. I would have a hard time seeing one of our runners skip this based on how good they are at the tech. Wow, Chocobo getting in there, but not quite. His little pinky toe hits the saw. Same with Doomsday. They're both so close. Hitting start over almost exactly the same time. Oh, Doomsday getting another shot at it. It's definitely it's definitely a hard jump. It's just, what, 2-3 jumps, technically? But, man, none of them are easy. Especially that last one. And Doomsday gets in there. First one through the level. Taking the lead with a 5-3 lead. And Chocobo right behind him again. Again, he's one clear behind, but as far as actual levels are concerned, they are right next to each other. Going to twirl through the stars. Do not touch the ground in low gravity. Utilizing some low grav tech to do a little bit of a infinite wall climb on Doomsday's side. Chocobo deciding to do the same thing. Oh, and he's taking a... I'm actually not even sure if that's a shortcut or not. But we are practically on the same screen at this point. We can... Our racers could see each other if they were in the same instance of the game. If this was multiplayer. And Doomsday hits the ground, but he's deciding to look forward, get some information, see what he's got to work with. And it is not much further. He decides that it is worth it to start over, keep going through this level. Chocobo with the tough decisions here. If he bounces up too high, I gotta hand it out to the level designer on that. That is actually a very clever section. Definitely a way to make some very mundane jumps much more difficult. Chocobo taking another skip, going on to Spike Speedrun 20 seconds. 20-second speedrun. Hey, that sounds about perfect for a league like this. Here we go. We got Doomsday moving nice and slow. Chocobo trying to move as fast as he can through the fire and flames over here. Doomsday, taking a tiny bit of cheat. Oh, taking a pretty good amount of cheese. He figured out a technique that works for him, and so close. Such a good idea. We'll see if he can deliver on that while Chocobo is racing through the 20-second speedrun. Hopefully the timer is not tight. He did have to turn back just a moment there, just a second. And timer is not tight. Here he goes in 18-second speedrun, tying it up 5-5. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Doomsday. And the section that has taken far too many plumber lives simply by touching the ground. And here he goes. Is he about to clear it? Oh, he's deciding to go right on through the yellow, and there he goes, taking his 6th clear, reclaiming the lead at 4:20. Meanwhile, Chocobo is just, whoa. He's on a coin hunting level. Moving through the level with relative ease. Takes a little bit of a fall, but hey man, he can come back from that. This Chocobo we're talking about. He's stomping on that Goomba. Having to reset again. Doomsday having a lot of trouble with that fire. Chocobo was also having trouble with the fire. Clearly those jumps are more difficult than they look. Chocobo missing the coin, turning back, but missing the first claw, is unable to catch it in time. Alright, he's figuring some strategies out. He's deciding to take the Galoomba with him. And I'm not sure what he has in his mind. Maybe he just thinks it'll be useful later on. Or I wonder if he was just trying to save a little bit of time there. Maybe have the claw catch it and jump off of it. Finding the vines, getting his 3rd required coin. He is 60% of the way there. Forgetting to do the spin jump. Unfortunate, but at least that Shelmet saved him from the spiny upon which he trod. Oh, little bit of a troll moment there. A little bit of a surprise as he grabs that coin. His whole world falls apart a little bit. Meanwhile, Doomsday still back on this fairly difficult speedrun. It's given both of our runners a decent amount of trouble. But Doomsday is running through it like a champion now. He seems to have it pretty well figured out. And he's not far from the end. And there he goes. Taking it with 1 second left on the clock. Well done, Doomsday. Taking back his lead. While Chocobo still is dealing with claws and Goombas. Now, it's an interesting choice he's making here. He could just jump right on across each and every one of those Goombas. It would be much faster, but he's deciding to play it safe. Probably because he is, 80% through the level. And he really just wants to see the flagpole there. And falling down into the goalpost. Taking another clear. Alright, we got a level where we're just getting rid of 100 Galoombas. This could be deceptively difficult. It looks easy, but my guess is there's probably only 99 of those. No, there aren't. Well, Doomsday takes the clear. I'm not sure why this is an expert, but it is. Wow. I guess you just have to clear them all out before the star run? Not even really. Oh well. Both of our runners easily slaying those 100 Goombas. Not a problem at all. Probably felt really good for them. Nice little stress relief. And Doomsday hopping on some bullets in Untouchable. We're talking about the ground here. That is what is untouchable. Doomsday having a swing of his life, just pausing to hang out, have a good time, swinging back and forth. Very repetitive looking level. It's gonna be hard to figure out just how far ahead each player is. Here we go, climbing some bullets up. Again, neither player can touch the ground at the moment. Hitting these Koopas is mandatory. And taking it slow, figuring out, oh my gosh, and ending with this tiny little jump, and Doomsday manages to get it. Hands up in the air, there he goes. Chocobo, oh! Just barely clipping Toadette's little heel on that tiny pipe. Wow. Whew. And here we go. Doomsday taking the game. Time is up. 9-7. Well done, Doomsday. Great job. Chocobo was at 1-0 at the beginning of this. Doomsday at 0-1, so they're both tied up now. 1 win, 1 loss. Great job. I hope you guys will be sticking around for the next games. We have some great games for the next several hours, and I will be sticking around for the next one. So I'm going to take a quick break. Remember to stay hydrated, folks, and I will be back momentarily.